Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week's video is an exciting one for me. I really didn't think I would make this video so early on, but I had an opportunity and I took it, so well, here we are. This week's video is another brand review and I'm so thrilled to be showing you this item. So a little bit of background story. A few weeks ago, me and my boyfriend actually went to an outlet center for designer shops, basically, in the Netherlands. And I really didn't think I would purchase anything that big, but we were just strolling around and then we saw the Burberry store and we both said, okay, let's go inside. I didn't have any plans. We had a look around. I saw a few items I liked. And then we got to the coat section. And well, what can I say? Here we are, guys. I actually got a Burberry coat and I didn't plan on getting one. I did plan on getting a coat anyways, but I didn't plan on getting a Burberry coat. But the discount price was incredible, so I just had to go for it. Alright. This is the coat that I got. I am so in love with it. It is, as you might be able to tell, this camel shade, which I love. I think it's so beautiful. The fabric is 80% virgin wool and 20% cashmere, so it feels very nice and luxurious. I love it. It is basically a trench coat look-wise. It's got the typical details like this extra piece of fabric in the back and in the front. It has the epaulettes on the shoulders. It has a belt to cinch yourself in the waist, and it's got these beautiful cuff details. Really, that's almost my favorite part about it. I think they are incredibly beautiful. It has these metal buttons which all are working, so you can even open up the shoulders or the back if you wanted to. They're so nice, and the lining as well. I am in love with this lining. So it's also in this camel shade and it's got this very subtle check to it, which is like still Burberry, but it's more subtle and dialed back, I think. So I really like that about it. And it's got like this label right here that says Burberry, of course. And another one of my favorite features is actually this piece of metal chain. That's where you can hang up your coat. And I think it's such a nice idea. It's so brilliant. I think it feels really high quality. It has a certain weight to it, actually. And I just really love this because it just looks so much more luxurious and special than just having a piece of like excess fabric hanging there. And yeah, it's quite a short coat, so I would say probably on me it ends right about like the middle of my thigh, which is for me perfect. I really like this length. A nice thing about it as well, it has very deep pockets in the side that you can also button if you wanted to. I never do that, but they're very nice and snuggly to just put your hands in. Another really nice thing about the coat is you can wear it in like almost 3 different ways. You can either button it up all to the top, which I like to do on cold days. You can also just button up like the bottom part up to your waist and then just belt it in the waist and keep the top part open if you wanted to. Or you could just wear it open and just tie the belt in the back, for example. Gives you also like this trench coat vibe. So it's really versatile, very nice. You are probably wondering now about the price because I mentioned it's an outlet center. So of course it was a little less pricey than the original coat was. So the original price for this coat was 1,190 euro. I do have to say, I think it is worth the money because the way it has been made is absolutely gorgeous. But seeing as this was a designer outlet, of course, I didn't pay the full price. And I paid for this beautiful Burberry coat 625 euro, which is almost half price. I mean, that is incredible. This price, it's just wow. To get like a beautiful, wonderful Burberry coat for this amount of money is just incredible. So I am so thrilled. I'm so happy about it. I got the coat in a size UK4, which is a size down to my usual size. They didn't have my size in stock, so that's why I went for the smaller one. And it is fine. I can definitely wear it like that. But I would say if I wanted to wear like thick layers underneath, that wouldn't be possible. It would be too tight. Thankfully, I don't really like doing that anyways. I just like to wear a blouse or just one jump or something like that. So this is totally fine. I feel very nice and very comfortable wearing the coat like that. But if they had a bigger size, I would probably have gone for that one. With these kinds of videos, I usually like to do a section about the history of the brand, because for me, I think it's really interesting to just get to know the origins of the brand. So Burberry was founded in 1856 by Thomas Burberry, who was at that time 21 years old, and he came from England. He founded the brand on the principle that he wanted to design clothing that would protect the British people from the weather in Great Britain. So that's the origin. It's like a rainwear brand basically. In 1879, he actually invented the fabric gabardine, which Burberry still uses for its trench coats nowadays. So gabardine is a breathable, weatherproof and really hard wearing fabric. So it's ideal for a raincoat, for example, or for different kinds of outdoor activities. Just to give you an example of the uses back in the day of the Burberry coats and fabrics, in 1908, Edward Maitland, an air commodore, wore the gabardine fabric on his hot air balloon flight from the Crystal Palace to Russia. He was up in the air for 31.5 hours and he was wearing the Burberry gabardine fabric to protect him from all of the weather and wind. So you can really see it is this kind of outdoor thought behind the brand. The Burberry trench coat was actually invented during the First World War. It was a very practical coat for the soldiers. It had the epaulettes on the shoulders. Then you also had a gun flap in the front, which was supposed to protect you, and a storm shield in the back, which was supposed to help with the water just flowing down and off the coat. You can still see all of these details in the trench coats nowadays, but it's really interesting to know where they're originally coming from, I think, just to understand your clothing a little better. In the 1920s, the Burberry check was actually added to the trench coat, so it was already a trademark of Burberry, but now they've used it as lining inside the trench coat, and that's what we still see nowadays. In the year 2000, Burberry actually opened his first store on Bond Street, and in 2014, Burberry directly operates over 500 stores around the world. So that's just a huge development and huge growth for this brand. So this is just my little history lesson. I think it's absolutely incredible to see where the brand started out and where it is now, because this development is so interesting to see. Okay, it was a rainwear, outerwear brand, and now it's doing all of these different kind of luxurious clothing items that are such great quality. I think it's very fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you. Okay, so let's get to the last part of this video, and that is my opinion on the coat. So as I have mentioned before, I think the quality is divine. It's so beautifully made, so much detail is in this coat, and it makes sense because it's a very old design, but yeah, they had a lot of time to perfect their design, and you can really tell there's so much love and so much thought in this coat. I also love the fabric. It's such good quality fabric. You can really feel the wool and the cashmere inside, and it just feels so nice and so light to wear. I also just love the look of it. It's so timeless. I mean, I can wear this coat in 20 years and still look stylish because Burberry just doesn't go out of style. So that's something to note about this brand. If you get like the classic pieces, they will last you if you take care of it, probably your whole entire life. And then I think the higher price point is definitely worth it. Also, just the feeling overall, wearing this coat, I just kind of feel like $1 million, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm wearing a Burberry coat. I still don't get it quite, because I didn't think this day would come so soon. But yeah, I just put it on and I'm like, oh my god, this is what I've been dreaming of for such a long time. So I am so happy to have gotten this coat, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to just get it at that price. I mean, it's incredible. Half price for such a gorgeous timeless coat. I mean, what could I want more? Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this week's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would be incredibly grateful. I really hope you're going to have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for next week's video. Goodbye!